Goose Creek Symphony, Words of Ernest, versus Alanis Morissette's 1995 album, Jagged Little. It's one of those words I'm not going to say because I think the algorithm might trip it up. We're going to start with Goose Creek Symphony. I thought they were a really popular band. When I was an undergrad, before I became a college radio DJ, I listened pretty much exclusively to metal, a little bit of grunge, and that's the extent of it. I became a college radio DJ. It expanded my musical horizons quite a bit, and I had friends in undergrad who were hippies into jam bands, and quite a few friends from Eastern Kentucky, and they all loved Goose Creek Symphony. And I remember it was a big to-do, a big production when we went to go see Goose Creek Symphony at Linus here in Lexington. I guarantee you Sturgill Simpson was there because he was living with some of my neighbors across the street on Lafayette Avenue, the guys in Sunday Valley, and it was just a great experience, Goose Creek Symphony. And I just thought they were a wildly popular band. At the time I figured they were as popular as, Grateful Dead and whatnot. But this album, it was submitted by either Tyler Childers or Lincoln Hawk. Words of Ernest is from 1971, and the lead singer started this band in Phoenix, Arizona, but it doesn't sound like a band from Phoenix, Arizona. He's originally from Eastern Kentucky, and I grew up on Goose Creek Holler. And for those of y'all not from Kentucky, that's spelled Holllow. Music reminds me at times of the band, at times of Grateful Dead and Buffalo Springfield. I've had Rush on Love stuck in my head almost the entire day, and I'm pretty sure Old Crow Medicine Show based most of their sound on this song, Rush on Love. Also, speaking of, I really enjoy the song Speaking Of. It gets pretty heavy. And this Goose Creek Symphony album is just a good party. Now, my office mate disagreed. Towards the end of the shift, she was like, "How long are you going to be on this country kick? Are we about to move on from this?" She almost made it through the whole workday without complaining about it. And she's from Eastern Kentucky, but it was too country for her. So it's going up against an album submitted by Mrs. Tasteman, as well as I think a couple other folks, Alanis Morissette's 1995 album, which came out when I was in undergrad, going to see Goose Creek. And I don't really know what the genre is on this. Re-listening to it, I realized that a third or half of the songs were hits on MTV at the time. I think she's Canadian. You ought to know has aged well. I've forgotten how witty the lyrics were of that song and how edgy they were for that time. I wish the song were a touch heavier. It could be heavier. They softened the instrumentation, but the lyrics are pure punk rock venom. And You Learn has gotten stuck in my head several times while working through this album over the past few days. I can say that none of the B-sides on this album reached out to me. And moving on to the round of 180 albums is Goose Creek Symphony. Cheers.